Hi guys, this is René. Alright, I've been tinkering about in my shed and I want to show you what I've been doing. Alright, this is an old power supply. It was completely broken, the transformer was broken, well everything was broken, so I just ripped it apart, left the power button and the, what is this, the fuse intact, the knobs to connect the power supply or whatever you want to connect to it. And normally it was a 13 volt 3 to 5 amp power supply. It was dead. Okay, so what did I do? I ripped out the transformer. As you can see, this is not the standard transformer, this is a much heavier one. It puts out about 20 volts AC current. What did I do else? I put in a rectifier and used the standard button to connect the transformer to the rectifier to a cap to flatten out the DC voltage coming out. This goes to, yes, it's an AliExpress circuit. It's how do you say that? You can control the voltage with it. I put this one on here, voltage in amps. Bought this one also on AliExpress. The both of them cost like $8-9 or something like that. I made in the top the same one. I cut out a hole, but I want to show you what it does. So I made my own power supply that can change voltage. You can regulate your voltage output. As you can see, it's 0 voltage. I can switch it on, and this supply, it's about 10 amps I believe. You can switch about 10 amps. You should see two MOSFETs in here. This whole circuit is just a voltage. You can regulate your voltage with it, a voltage regulator. The amp and the voltmeter are one circuit. I just put them in there so I can see about how much amps and voltage I use. For almost all my circuitry, normally I developed a EMF charger, and every time I made it with different components, I needed different voltages. So with this setup, I can build stuff and just test it, and if I need a different voltage, I can adjust the voltage and tinker around. So you will be seeing much more stuff of me coming out, because I have a shitload of ideas I want to build, and I'm going to share them all with you. So this is this for now. What did I do with this? Because everything has to have a use. What did I do with this? I made colloidal copper with it. Now you ask yourself, what the hell is colloidal copper? It's nanoparticles of copper dissolved in demineralized water. You probably have heard of colloidal silver or colloidal gold. That's a way to go too, but if you do the research, we really do need colloidal copper in our system to metabolize magnesium, to get our iron and zinc levels up to par. I've been doing that. I've been doing a lot of stuff and research lately about health and vitamins and minerals and whatnot. And I have come to several pretty amazing conclusions, and I will share with you. In the next video I will show you the setup how I make colloidal copper. It's really simple. All you need is a DC power supply. Well, I built this one for that and other stuff. But you just need a DC power supply, and if you can regulate your voltage, you can regulate how fast the process goes. If you put in too much voltage where the water is too much conductive, the amps go up too high and the particles become too big. So having a adjustable voltage regulator like this really comes in handy, because you can see with your own eyes how fast the process is going. What I do is I make colloidal copper and I leave it overnight, like 12 to 24 hours. And when I come back, I have beautiful blue water. I filter that again, and then I have colloidal copper, and the health benefits are amazing. I can tell you that. Well, anyway, this is it for now. It's a really simple project if you see it. I glued everything together because I'm not going to walk around with this power supply, so I don't care how it sticks together. It just has to hold together. It has to work, and that is what I did. So if you want to have an adjustable power supply to test your own inventions, build stuff that you build, and you're not sure what kind of voltage you need, you want to try out 10 volts, 20 volts, I don't know, you might want to consider this, because this circuit goes up to 35 volts, so you can input about 40 volts, and then you have from about, when you switch it off, it's 0. It's a little bit of a cap. You see that it's 0.6 volts, and when you switch it on, it starts at 0.89 volts. That's the lowest voltage, and you can ramp it up all the way to, in my case, 26.5 volts. And this really comes in handy if you have to have different voltages for different circuits that you're trying out. Buying a regulated voltage supply DC can be pretty expensive. This costs hardly anything. You can buy it on AliExpress dirt cheap. I think this was €2.5 euros. That's about $3, I think. And this was about 6 or 7 euros, say $8. So under $10 you're done. You just use old components, use an old transformer, use an old rectifier. You can find it in any hardware that you have, an old TV or whatever, and build your own power supply that is regulated, and you can see your voltage. How much more do you want? Dirt cheap, and it works like a charm. Alright, I hope I enjoyed you with this, and that you can build your own stuff and like what I'm doing. Okay, thumbs up or whatever. And I'll see you in the next clip, where I'll be showing you how to make colloidal copper. See you next time.